we're going to move right on to the nitty gritty of this, how you get paid. So you got to know about your invoicing. This is Nicole Matthews. We talked about her earlier. And she's going to present the required process for uploading your invoices for payment and an overview of the DC Vendor portal, that thing. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicole Matthews. I'm the Senior Contract Specialist at HBX. And before I get into the invoices, I have to tell you guys what you need to register your business. I'm sorry, you need to register your business and pass. Some of you guys should have received an email from Helen Tollahan telling you to register. We cannot issue a purchase order unless you register your business. So
You registered? Is everybody registered? Who is not? No?
I think it was only actually one, when I looked, it was only one vendor that was registered. And that's a problem, because you can't submit invoices until you get into the system. We cannot issue a purchase order until you're in the system.
So I submitted the required documentation to the email address because
Yes.
they said you had to make a profile before you registered.
Yes.
Well, I did. That wasn't in the direction, so I did the reverse. I registered before a profile was made. So it was declined because they said there was no profile. So I'm still waiting to say that a profile was made. I haven't heard from anybody to say that yes. They said it would take 3 to 5 days.
Yes.
I reached out because I haven't heard anything for, to say that yes, it was approved, a profile's been made, now you can go and register. But I still haven't heard anything.
Okay, so in that, you should have received a master collection document. You didn't receive anything? Okay, so I'll make sure that everyone received the appropriate documentation. It should be a master collection document along with a W-9 form. In that master, okay, so in that master, okay, so in that master collection document, it says that you must have a ANID number. And it says provide your ANID number, and they give you instructions on how to get the ANID number, and that's actually creating your profile. So once you create that profile, it gives you that ANID number, and you put that number on that master collection document, and your profile is created, and then you can submit your document to the email address, and then it takes 3 to 5 days. ANID number. Yes. It's a link. It gives you a link on that master collection document. Yes, it is. That's the Ariba. Yep, you got it. That's it.
Yeah, so our situation is a little different. So I received from Helen the master supplier form, went through, completed everything that was required. However, the DUNS number is still pending.
Okay.
And I applied for it, obviously, over 30 days ago. I went into the account even before the training. It's still pending. I contacted the rep because, of course, in the process, you have to do an interview. He called, we did that, and I contacted him to see what the status was of the DUNS number. So it's currently still pending.
Okay.
And that prohibits me from even moving forward with the other part of creating the profile because it's asking for a DUNS number again. So what are we to do?
It does. You have to wait until you get your DUNS number.
Okay.
Once you get your DUNS number, you're able to complete the document successfully and submit it, and they would approve you. But even with your DUNS number, be mindful that your Dun and Bradstreet number has to have the exact information as your business. Everything, that address down to the floor, if it's on the 4th floor, the suite number, everything has to match or it's going to be denied. So just be mindful of that. So I know Helen sent another email out last week saying that you guys must register your business by close of business today. We're just trying to get you speeded up so we can get your purchase orders and issue your purchase orders.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
The first question is there going to be some time allotted today before we leave where you can talk to each group individually?
Sure.
Okay. And then the second question that I have is what happens if we're not able to get set up by the close of business today?
Nothing. I'm just trying to get you.
I just want to know.
I was just trying to put some little fire under y'all feet, so like move it along. Because I know Helen reached out to some of you guys earlier, a couple of months ago, and no registration was done. So I was just trying to, a little scare tactic a little bit. I'm sorry? I know. But if you,
I was going to just say, I feel a little defensive because we're nonprofits, and nonprofits operate very differently than for-profit
Yes.
businesses. And so we are really, we don't have to abide by all the other guidelines that a business that sells goods and services should typically do. So we don't have to have a DUNS number. We don't have to have, certain things. But we have the DUNS number, but I did encounter a problem because the address did not match, nor the officer. So it took us some wrangling to get all of that finished and
Okay.
complete.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
so we're unfamiliar, and we typically don't have to do these things, so it's just taking us a while to get it done.
okay, and if you run into any problems, you can always reach out to OCP Help Desk. Unfortunately, those are OCP's rules and regulations. That's not HBX. This is required by any district, any vendor that would like to do business in a district. Once you register your business successfully and we issue you guys a purchase order, then this where the good stuff coming at. You rendered your goods and your services, and you want to submit an invoice. Well, here's another registration process, unfortunately. You have to register through the DC vendor portal. The DC vendor portal allows the vendor to submit invoices electronically and helps standardize the invoice process throughout the district. So it's easier for you guys to submit your invoices electronically opposed to paper. It speeds the process along. There's a lot of benefits. It speeds the process along. You're able to view your invoices in the system. You're even able to view the process of how long it would take for your payment to get to you. But again, that's also a registration process. I'm sorry? The DC vendor portal. And that I provide the email address. I'll make sure Helen sends all this information out to you guys. But that email address, if you want to go to it real quick, but the email address is vendorportal.dc.gov. And it has everything. It's very user-friendly. It has everything on there, how to register, your FAQs. They even have tutorials. Also, OCP offers a workshop. I think they have a workshop coming up July 23rd, I believe, to help you register your business, to help you get into DC vendor portal. It's like a 2-hour workshop. I'm sorry? I believe it's July 23rd. But you can reach out to OCP's help desk, and that's 202-724-4477. But I want you guys to also be mindful of creating your invoices. One of few most common issues that we have with vendors submitting invoices through the portal is they either have not created an invoice number, or they're using the same invoice number for other invoices. Your invoice number, your purchase order number, and your service date, it has to be on your invoice. So if you're providing service for July 1 through July 30th, that's the period of performance, it has to be on your invoice. The amount has to be there, and the purchase order number. And when you're actually going into the system, once you're in the system and you want to submit an invoice, when you're going into the system, it tells you to navigate. So you have to put your purchase order into the system. Always start your PO number off with the letter PO. A lot of people say, oh, okay, I couldn't get in, I couldn't find my purchase order number. It's because they starting with the numbers and not the actual letter first. So you got to start with PO and then a number, and then your PO should pop up, and then you're actually able to see your purchase order, and then you can navigate on how to submit an invoice. But I really, really encourage you guys to attend that workshop. And also on on the vendor portal website, they have videos. You can really navigate through the videos and PDF on how to register, how to submit an invoice. Is really helpful. And of course, I'm always here. Another good point of contact is Brooklyn Berry. Make sure we have that in the email too when Helen sends it out. She's a really good person to reach out to help with the invoice process. But I just really, really, really would encourage you guys to register first, because we can't start this process until you actually get in the system and become a vendor. Any more questions? And again, I'm here. I'll make sure I have my email address sent to you guys. You can always reach out, because I know you guys are going to have questions. I know this is very unfamiliar, so I look forward to helping you guys. Okay.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Okay,